Listening is a real-world superpower. So many of us listen with the intent to reply, not to actually understand the other person. And whenever we're in a conversation and we don't feel understood, it's as if we lack air. So by listening to others and ensuring that they actually feel understood by us, we give them back their air, which allows them to breathe, calm down, and now in return, they can listen back to us and we can actually have a meaningful conversation. Being an engineering background, loving problem solving, I usually default to logic. So like an employee would come to me and they'd be venting and, this. I'm like, okay, so we're gonna do A, do B, then we're gonna do C, then we're gonna do D. And I could just see on their face, it's kind of like they weren't really satisfied with that. Like they couldn't argue with my logic. My logic was sound and they knew deep down it probably would solve the problem, but they just seemed like kind of unsettled. I knew that they were unsettled, but didn't really know why. So if someone's being emotional, like if I'm emotionally venting to you, before we get to the problem solving endpoint, it's really important that you acknowledge my emotions simply by repeating or rephrasing what I just told you back to me and labeling my emotions. When I started off managing, I was under the mindset a lot of people have told me, like, okay, you've got your A, B, and C employees. So like, the A employees are your rowers, they're the ones who are moving the ship forward. Your B employees are your watchers. They're not really moving you forward, but they're not really pulling you back. They're just there. And then there's the C employees, or the sinkers, who are actively kind of sinking the ship back, creating toxicity and yada, yada, yada. So my initial mindset was, okay, well, the rowers know what they're doing, so I don't need to handhold them, so I can leave them be. And the watchers, I'll get to them in a little bit, but more importantly, I need to work on the sinkers. So all my time went to the sinkers or the C employees and trying to get them up to become rowers and watchers. So now I've kind of switched it. I spend all of my time with the rowers and I give them the most time and attention, not managing them, not telling them what they need to do, but really asking them ideas. Hey, how can we, like you just said, how can we move the ship faster? And this time I went in with a big smile. I referred to her by her first name, and I was as nice as possible when I asked for her to help us. And she smiled back and said, of course, and went and reprinted the badge. So then my brother and I, we took the badge, we ran around the corner as fast as possible before the first lady saw it and stopped us, and then he gave me the biggest hug. So this was memorable for me for two reasons. One, just how happy it made my brother, that was really awesome. And two, it showed me just how much you can accomplish by being nice to others. Remember stories more than facts. So whenever I'm sharing my knowledge and experiences with others, I like to tell vivid, fun, engaging stories versus listening a bunch of facts, showing versus telling.